Hey eBay sellers, it's Suzanne A. Wells and welcome back to another Money Making Monday video. These listings come from my Facebook group called Stay at Home Mom Selling on eBay. You do not have to be a mom to join. That's what we named the group when we started it back in 2008, and it got so large we couldn't change the name. So anybody is welcome to join. What we do every Monday is Shani starts the thread and everyone participates by posting links to their listings that sold, what they paid for it, where they got it, how much it sold for, and if they can remember how long it took to sell. So this is a great way to learn about what's actually selling for other people, so that you can learn from what others in this eBay community are doing and make more money yourself. So we're going to pick up back on the May 21st thread. I'm kind of backtracking here, catching up on some of these that I have not done videos on because there's still plenty of good stuff in here for us to learn as we all grow our business. So we are going to start with Madison, who paid 50 cents at a church sale, sold these Birkenstocks for $49.98 plus shipping in one day. So you got to get your stuff listed or it can't sell. It could sell immediately. Somebody could have an alert set up on it. So here is her listing. She's got her nice shoe form there. You can get those on eBay. Just search for plastic shoe form, plastic foot, plastic mannequin foot. You'll find them. They're like $2 a pair, and they really help your shoes look better. So if we look through here, she's showing all sides there, and you can see these are a little bit dirty, but that's the way Birkenstocks get, and people don't care. They still sell. They're still a finely made shoe, high quality. They last a long time, and that's just the way they get. Some people don't care. They may be going to wear them outside in the garden, in their yard, whatever. It doesn't matter if they're not perfect. So obviously here, there's some stains, there's some markings on these shoes, and didn't make a bit of difference. She still sold them for $49.98, and she did not do free shipping. She did expedited shipping, probably priority, or maybe even a flat rate mailer. Those would probably fit in that. And Madison's a newer seller. She's got 252 feedbacks, so it's just a matter of jumping in and being consistent and listing consistently, and you will get sales. Okay, so the next item is Summer Welling, who sold this cashmere sweater. Now this sold back in May, so if you think you should hold off on listing your items in the season they should be used in, that is faulty thinking. Anything can sell on eBay at any time. If you have it, list it. If it's not listed, it cannot sell. So she spent $3 on this Wear It Again Sam sale rack. I guess that's a store. Wear It Again Sam, maybe. Sold after a few weeks for best offer of $30 plus shipping. So let's take a look at that. Oops. There it is. I tried to preset all these tabs so we could get through this faster. Okay, here it is. She said she took an offer of $30 and she did not do free shipping. And cashmere sweater selling in May, end of May, which it doesn't matter if it's high quality, if it's practical, whatever the reason is, it doesn't matter if it's out of season, because guess what? Don't assume that everyone's weather is the same as yours. You've got to have a global mentality when you are selling on eBay, because especially if you're shipping internationally, because the seasons are backwards in some other parts of the world, and they may want exactly what you have. So get it listed. So $30 for a $3 investment, and not a summer item selling in May. Here we have Madison again, who paid $5 at Goodwill for these Hoka 1-1 shoes. These sold for $39.99 plus shipping in 1 week. And yes, these are a great one. Oops, that's the wrong thing. These are a great one to look for. They're easy to spot because they have the very thick, the thick white soles. I mean, it looks kind of like a marshmallow. They're really thick and soft, meaning comfortable. They are, shock absorbing. I know people with painful feet that buy these not for running, but just for wearing all the time because they're comfortable. And the brand again is called Hoka 1-1. And let me get you a close up of this. You can see the logo right here on the side, Hoka, Hoka. And she said, looks like she did free shipping on this. But these are very lightweight, so building that into her cost, was not a big deal because they were lightweight. And she said plus shipping. I think she just got confused on that because it said free shipping on the listing. Okay, Tim Hunt bought this figurine at a thrift store for $1.50, sold it for $15 plus shipping after a couple of relistings. And so he hung in there and he kept trying with it. Tim looks like a newer seller as well. He's got 111 feedback, so he is moving along there. He took $15 for this, which is that's a great flip if you only paid $1 or so for it. And it's Mountain Bluebird by Andrea. That is a pretty well-known maker of ceramic and porcelain collectibles. So you can see that logo there is Andrea, Sadek, Sadek, made in Japan. So he's not going to get rich selling these Andrea collectibles, but still a good flip, and he made some money. Okay, let's see what the next item is here. Tim again, $2 at a thrift store, sold for $20 plus shipping after second listing. And it is some baby formula. Now, obviously you want to make sure if you find stuff like this, it's sealed and it is not expired. You cannot sell expired food on eBay. So be very careful with that. But this is a great deal for moms or parents to get baby formula at a discounted price. So I remember when my now 24-year-old was a baby, she had to have special formula because she had terrible colic and her formula was so expensive. I wish there was eBay back then, or that I would have known to get that formula. It was 1994, so eBay hadn't been invented yet. But plenty of people will buy this, and he did $7.25 expedited shipping. So good sale on that. Okay, Kimberly bought this at a thrift store for $6.99, sold in about a month for $56 plus $21.49 for shipping. And it's just this very cool looking vintage horse head. It's called a smoking stand. It has an ashtray on the top, and it's just a cool looking stand. Really neat conversation piece. And I could see, even just a horse lover or person who collects horse items buying this, not for the ashtray part of it, but just the horse part of it. That is a very cool looking vintage piece. Nice, and it's very clean. Looks great. And she sold it for $56 plus shipping. She's in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. So top rated plus, great. Good sale. Okay, now we have Lisa Bush Darwin, who paid less than $1 and sold for best offer of $100 plus shipping after a few months. Bought this on the final day of an estate sale where we could fill a trash bag for $10, making the cost of this robe just pennies. So let's see what this is. Canyon Group Chanel Robe Valentine's Day Candy Hearts Plush Zip Front Size Large. And let's take a look at the label so we can all imprint this on our brains and in our memory. It says Canyon Group. It's got the sleeping moon there and the stars. And if we go back to the Facebook group, somebody asked, why did it go for so much? And Lisa said, Canyon Group robes are just very expensive. Oops. So, very cute looking robe, vintage with the hearts on it, and made of that fabric called Chanel, which is it's soft and fuzzy, and bedspreads were often made of this, but it's very soft and fuzzy and comfortable. So that was a 60s, 70s type fabric that you might find in sleepwear as well as bedspreads. So she took an offer of $100 on that, and she did not do free shipping. Okay, let's see what else. Lisa Bush Darwin again, paid $9.99, sold for $45 plus shipping. I bought around 50 pairs of these shoes for $9.99 each. They're steadily selling for $45. I'll be sad when they run out. So let's see what these are. She didn't say, but I'm guessing she's getting these at retail somewhere on clearance or has some kind of source or way to get them, because they're all brand new with tags with the boxes. And cheerleading shoes, that is a huge industry. A lot of money goes into that industry. And they're women's sideline insert shoes by Nike. And we can see here that in the history she's sold 11 pairs of these. So made some really good profit on this one item. She was smart enough to buy a bunch of them at one time. I'm guessing got them on a closeout or a clearance somewhere and just bought a whole bunch and has them stockpiled. She did not do free shipping, and then she's got her 60-day returns on there. Okay, next we've got Sean Johnson. Got this at my local thrift store, paid $1, took 2 or 3 months to sell. It's $47.99 with free shipping. And this is a Robert Talbot Protocol men's vest. Now, Robert Talbot is known for ties, so this is another product line that company makes. And did it say what it's made of? Silk blend. Okay, so it wasn't even 100% silk, and she still got a great price for it. So cool looking pattern, dark colors. It's an extra large, sold for $47.99. She did do free shipping, which this is a very lightweight item, so that makes sense. And then she's got her free return policy there. So perfect. Textbook eBay sale. Okay, here we have Lisa Bush Darwin again. Paid $10 for this past weekend at a local yard sale. Sold for $75 plus shipping the next day. And it is a tote bag. Spartina 449 Hawaiian Islands large tote. And let's take a look at what this is so you can see what the label looks like. And there's the emblem. It's a mermaid, and it's Spartina, so you can see it. There's the label on the inside and on the zipper pull, and then again there is the hang tag. And she took $75 for that. She did not do free shipping. So Lisa Bush Darwin is doing quite the eBay business. Oh, and here she is again. Paid less than $1, sold for $325 plus shipping. Definitely in the top 10 of my favorite finds ever. Went to an estate sale in a non-so-great older part of town. It was run by friends of the family who had lived there. Family members had already come in and taken everything they wanted, so it was pretty picked over. This cat was covered in grease and dirt. sitting behind the stovetop in the kitchen. I was impressed when I picked it up at how heavy it was, and of course I turned it upside down to see what marks or stickers were on the bottom. It had definite markings, but took a bit of researching once I got home to figure out the brand and its true worth. It's a Rockwood paperweight, and the XXX on the bottom denotes the year it was made, so 1930. It was listed for several months with 20 or so watchers. Finally sold for full price of $325 plus shipping. So way to wait for the right buyer. So let's take a look at this because I know you guys want to see what that marking looks like. Beautiful little ceramic, I guess it's porcelain. So here it is on the bottom, the marking with the 3 X's there. And I'm wondering, Lisa, if you looked it up on the spot or if you just kind of knew, or for $1 you just took a chance. But it looks really heavy and well made. She did not do free shipping. Let's see how tall this is. Paperweight black cat. Height is 6 3/4 inches. Width at base is 4 inches. So it's pretty big. And it was made in 1930. So you just never know what people are going to leave behind at these estate sales and thrift stores. There's just plenty to go around for everybody if you're willing to look at things and do the research and figure it out. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Suzanne Keene. All right, what has she got? Can't remember how long I've had this tracksuit, at least a year. Pretty sure I bought it at a garage sale for $3. Sold to a buyer in Australia for $79.99 plus first class international shipping. It is a vintage 80s tracksuit. So let's take a look at that. $79.99, and the brand doesn't really matter here. The brand is Bold Spirit, but what matters here is that it's vintage 80s looking. And that's what people are into, are these vintage clothing, the vintage 80s look. So she bought it for $3 and sold it for right at $80 and did not do free shipping. So way to go, Suzanne, my sorority sister. We were both Alpha Chi Omegas, but at different colleges, and we have the same first name and we spell it the same, so we kind of have that kinship going on. And I got to meet her when I went to Texas last year for a workshop, so it was great to be able to finally meet her in person and spend the day with her. Okay, Kendra bought these for $6 at Goodwill, sold for best offer of $25 plus shipping. Had them listed for 4 to 6 weeks, maybe a little bit more. Okay, they are Remington Body Waves wax core hot rollers. And so that's what's important here is the wax core. Those rollers get hotter than the ones that don't have the wax core, and the little pageant girls that like the ringlets like these curlers. So she bought them for, what'd she say? $6, and they sold for $25 plus shipping. So that's a great sale. And she did not do free shipping. Okay, we've got Kendra again, and I wanted to show you this one because she said she had these in her closet, given to her by her mom a few years back. I remembered seeing a post or video about selling shoes that are made for comfort and not just stylish shoes. That is correct. Sold them in about a week for buy it now price of $19.99 plus shipping. And they are called Earth Spirit. I see this brand all the time, but I've never picked that up. Sweet Berry and the model number. And those are definitely cushy, comfortable shoes. Brand new. She never wore them. And she's absolutely right. Shoes that are for comfort are quite desirable on eBay because we've got this aging population whose feet is starting to hurt, whether it's from just age or diabetic foot problems or whatever. And these comfort shoes are really expensive, so people are going on eBay to buy them, even in used condition. Okay, then we've got Molly, who bought this for about $4 at a thrift store, listed for $79.99, sold in about 2 weeks for best offer of 70 plus shipping. Another, oh, I think she meant another wool coat in May. So here it is, and it's got that fun military look that's very popular right now. So you can see she's got the word military in her title, silver buttons, and it also has a peplum. A peplum is this little, looks like a little skirt made into the jacket, little flouncy skirt. And she did not do free shipping. And it's a wool blend. So she sold this in May, on May 19th, and a wool coat. So again, I'm never going to quit saying it. If you have it listed, it doesn't matter what the season is. Somebody might buy it right away. Okay, Shayna Johnson Hathaway, one of her favorite finds, found at the last minute of a church sale. Paid approximately 50 cents along with some Pendleton shirts. Sold for $75 overnight. And this is vintage Jansen swimsuit, one piece. So it's, oh, I remember these. It's like a bodysuit almost. It's got the belt, and then it's kind of a thick material. It's got the Jansen diver on it there, the little claspy belt thing that hooks in the back. I can just see this being worn in a movie about, you know, about days gone by. So she did free shipping on this, and it's very lightweight, so that didn't eat into her profit very much. And of course, she made a nice profit on it because it sold for $75. Okay, and now we've got Christie Anderson, who bought this mug for 25 cents at a church sale, sold for $25 in about 2 weeks. And mugs are just fascinating to me because people will pay big money for these, and they collect them. They just enjoy adding to their collection. So the brand is James Sadler, fine bone china of Great Britain, and this pattern is Royal Heritage. So take a look at that logo, big square box, James Sadler at the bottom, and a little crown on the top left. So remember that one. If you see any of these, look them up. And it's got kings and queens motif all over it. Oh, I see what it's got, like Elizabeth I, and then Henry VIII, and the Tudor roses. So it looks like it's all about the House of Tudor, which, by the way, I got involved in a documentary series about British royalty a few months ago, and I just got sucked into it. It was just so fascinating, about all of these people that I'd never really taken the time to learn about it. So I really enjoyed that. And now I will know to look for stuff with these kings and queens on them. So good sale there. Okay, another one from Shayna Johnson Hathaway, purchased at an estate sale last summer. Took a while to sell. It is in bad shape. Paid $50 and sold for $30. So let's see what this is. Vintage 80s 1985 Santana Beyond Appearances Rock Concert Tour t-shirt for collectors. Yeah, that looks really worn, but you know what? Some musician probably bought that, some guitar player or maybe a groupie or something, and it's perfectly fine with them just the way it is. So you just never know what is going to be worth something that you're seeing in a thrift store. It's getting a little bit harder now with these concert t-shirts because stores like Kohl's and Target are making shirts with these the vintage look, but they're not really vintage. They just look like it. So you have to be really patient and dedicated to looking through all the t-shirts. And like this one had the date on it. Let me find that picture. Yeah, there's the date. It's really small, but it is on there. So that was a good flip for something that looks pretty torn up and destroyed. It sold for $30. Okay, Sue Ross Broadhead, a vintage bed sheet bought for $250, sold for $48.31. So vintage sheets, they really do sell. Now she did an auction on this. So let's see how many bids she got on that. She started at $10.99 and was bid up to $48.31. And she paid $2.50 for it. And it is Ronald McDonald. And I forget all these characters' names. But it looks like there's a... If that's supposed to be the arch in St. Louis, or is that just part of the McDonald's logo? That's kind of weird that it's like that. I guess it's just the part of the McDonald's logo. But yeah, somebody's going to do something with this, and here's the date right on it. So if you're into looking at the linens and they have the date on it, these vintage linens can really go for a lot of money, especially if they have the characters on them. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, here's a good one. Is it Lisa Kelly? $1.99 for this thrifted mug. 7-day auction. Sold for $45. Oh, I'm sorry. $45 starting bid. Sold for $270 plus shipping. And it is a rare vintage milk glass American West Freemason mug. So this has a lot of things going for it right here. First of all, it's that milk glass, which is a vintage technology that is not made anymore. It's commemorating 1908 to 1993, a Masonic lodge. So these Masonic things are very highly coveted by collectors. So this logo here, the Masons, that's what I mean by Masonic, if you're not familiar with what that means. Older people probably are, but if you're younger, you may not know what that means. So that's the Masonic logo there. You know, the Freemasons are it's an organization. So I'll just leave it at that and maybe work that into another video. But it says right here, now this is that's the Anchor Hocking logo at the bottom there. See the anchor? So if there was room in her title, she could have, oh, she did. She put Hocking. Perfect. $270. So somebody really wanted this. A collector really wanted this to pay that much for it, and she only paid $1.99 for it. So look for the milk glass, Anchor Hocking, and also the Freemason or Masonic logos on that. Okay, and then Laura bought these overalls for $4.50 at Goodwill, had them listed for less than 2 months, sold for $59.99. And they are vintage Tommy Hilfiger overalls, and these sell well all year long. You know, they do sell a little bit better in the fall around Halloween time because people might use them for costumes or making the fake people and pumpkin head people for their yard and decorations and stuff. But I've always had success with overalls if it's reasonable, if they're reasonably priced. So she bought these for $4.50 and they sold for $59.99. Okay, then we've got Emily here. Bought this for $7.99. Didn't notice all the repairs it had, so I priced it much lower than comps. Took a best offer of $60 less than 1 minute after listing. So I guarantee somebody had an alert set up for this. And this is a Burberry Novacek brown lamb's wool poncho shawl, women's, one size. So let's take a look at these pictures here. She says it has some repairs on it, so at least they were repairs and not damaged places. So lots of little places there that were sewn up. And she still got $60 for it. So right there it says Burberry of, 100% lamb's wool, made in Scotland. Nice sale, 1 minute after listing. So doesn't that motivate you to get your stuff listed? Because if somebody has an alert on it, they're going to find out immediately and they may purchase it. Okay, Amanda, free from a box of Christmas decor a client gave my father-in-law. Sold in 5 days for full asking price. So what'd she say it was free? Yes, free. And this is a Christopher Radko Christmas ornament. Sold for $39.99. Okay, May 17th. So this is a Christmas ornament commemorating Valentine's Day that sold in May. Now, Christopher Radko is a very expensive line of ornaments and Christmas and holiday decorations. So check out my video. The link is above about this brand if you are not familiar with it. But this just looks like a teeny little ornament, and it's called Cup of Love. And see the date there, 2002. So somebody probably collects these. I've told this story many times, but my one of my relatives collects Christopher Radko and started her collection as soon as these were being made 20 years ago or so, probably longer than that. But her tree is just, completely covered with these at Christmas time, and they don't have any children, and she's in her mid 50s. And she had said at one point that if she had kids, she could sell all her Christopher Radko ornaments and pay for their college. But at one point she lost her job and her husband lost his job, so both of them were out of jobs at the same time. This was back in 2008 when everything went bust, and she was selling her Christopher Radko ornaments on eBay. Some of them went for $700 a piece. So these are definitely an investment, and collectors will pay for these because they're limited edition, and they have these huge collections, or they just put them on their Christmas tree every year and continue to add to it. So Christopher Radko is always a good find. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, we've got Missy, who paid $5 at Goodwill, sold in 2 days for $59 plus shipping. And this is a Pottery Barn natural waffle organic cotton daybed mattress cover. So, it looks like a blanket here. It's got Pottery Barn on it, and it's a daybed cover. So there it is. And somebody was obviously looking for this because this is a very specific item. You would have to have the correct size daybed to put it on. And she paid $5, and it sold in 2 days for $59. So if you're not looking at the linens, we've seen several on this thread that linens can sell for a lot of money. So if you're not checking that out, it's definitely something to look for. Okay, let's see. We've got a couple more here. Andrea paid $1 at a yard sale, and she sold these for $45. They're 2 Jim Beam military decanter helmet and boots, collectible decanters. So if we look at these, you can see it's the helmet with the boots, Jim Beam, which makes some really cool decanters that are also collectible. And they were $1, and she sold them for $45. And those just look interesting and unique and different. So that's what eBay is about, is finding these things and getting them to the people who want them. Okay, and we are going to end on, where is it? Oh, Marie. Yes, I wanted to do a shout out to Marie Crum. Her very first sale, purchased this in 1975. It's a wall electric can opener. Let's see. Oh no, she purchased it. She didn't purchase it in 1975. She purchased it at a yard sale for $5 and listed it the same day on a 7-day auction. The auction ended and sold for $102.50. I mailed it this morning, and this is a cool looking item. It is called a late 50s space age swing away automatic electric can opener and knife sharpener. So that looks very vintage with the little tripod stand there. And the back of it, the cord, it's all quite vintage. But there's the name, Swing Away. And she said she sold it, let's see, maybe this isn't showing the right one. Oh, you know what? It isn't. Let me go to the right one here. There it is. I'm showing you the wrong thing. So here it is. Trade Wind by Thermador, vintage 1975 wall electric automatic can opener. So here we go. It's blue and it's got this funky little design on the front that's very vintagey. And 28 bids, and you can see there Marie is pretty new, but she still did a great job and got it sold. Okay, we're going to wrap this one up here, and stay tuned for more videos. Would love your comments below on any of these items, and thanks for watching. Have a great day on eBay. Bye.